Hi, brother teacher again. I have a subject today relating to colon cancer and colonoscopy procedures. I have had a colonoscopy in my lifetime, at least once. I'm certain that there's probably many out there that may have had colonoscopy surgery or just the exams that are watching this video right now. I'm talking to those that have had a colonoscopy exam and have also had colon surgery, and those who may be on the list to having a colonoscopy exam. There are dangers to these procedures. Now, it's funny, not facetious funny, but odd funny, how a lot of things that have happened to us and that we've been subjected to in our lives, unawares, we have found out later on that there were dangers to those procedures and or those things that we have been subjected to. It's odd. Even with that said, it is still a reality that happens every single day on some front or another. But enough with that. Listen to this. Did you not know that over 80% of your immune system lies within your gut? It does. Your immune system, the majority of your immune system is in your gut. So it must be a very, very important part of the body and the human anatomy, the human physiology. It must be, if the majority of your immune system is in your gut. Now, to piggyback on that statement I just made, it has been said, and the phrase has been coined, that disease starts in the gut, and so does good health. Now, put your thumb on top of that, what I just said, for a moment. I want to read you something. This is the statement and or paragraph from the Annals of Internal Medicine. According to the Annals of Internal Medicine, the rate of serious complications from colonoscopy screening is 10 times higher than for any other commonly used cancer test. I'm going to read it again and pay very close attention. According to the Annals of Internal Medicine, the rate of serious complications from colonoscopy screening is 10 times higher than for any other commonly used cancer test. Do you know what some of those complications are? Internal bleeding, severe anemia, heart attack and stroke, pulmonary embolism, pneumonia, kidney failure, and intestinal obstruction. All of these conditions have been found to be the result of having a colonoscopy exam. About 140 people were injured out of about 14 million people annually from having colonoscopy screenings. About 140,000. Now, someone said, well, that ratio is pretty far and few between, brother teacher. Not really. Why does anyone have to be injured from having a medical procedure that's supposed to be innocent by nature? supposedly. I am sure or certain that the 140 people that had those complications and or illnesses and even potentially death as a result of those colonoscopy screenings, I'm sure they didn't like it. So doesn't it matter? Doesn't it make it relevant to those people? What if you were one of those 140,000 people who had kidney failure as the result of a colonoscopy screening, or a stroke or heart attack? You wouldn't think that the odds made that much of a difference then, would you? And it gets deeper. Hold on. There's a chemical when you're about to have a colonoscopy that the doctors prescribe for you to clean out your colon prior to the exam. Many of us, we know what that chemical is. It's a clear liquid that comes in a container, and we have to drink all of it within a 24-hour period, I believe it is now, so that it can rinse your colon out to make it more accessible to the doctors, so they can push the camera up your behind and see if you have any polyps. So I can speak with authority on this because I've experienced this, and I know people intimately who have gone through the same. Okay, now, I didn't have any polyps, by the way. This is called polyethylene glycol, an electrolyte oral solution. Did you not know that this is a very toxic chemical? Did you not also know that it damages the natural flora? That's the homeostasis, the balance of the bowels, the colon. It destroys the natural flora, making your colon even more susceptible to what? I'll let you think about it. Cancer. If 80% or 80% plus is where your immune system lie, and you are ingesting something that is inorganic, that is a synthetic chemical that destroys the natural flora in your colon while you're looking for possible precancerous polyps or cancerous polyps, you have just set up the breeding ground for cancer. You see where I'm coming from, right? Stop for a second. This condition is called intestinal flora disruption. And as a result of this intestinal flora disruption, here's some of the conditions. I'm looking at my notes to make sure that I don't leave anything out. Intestinal flora disruption, that's a medical term, by the way. As a result of taking this crap and having them stick this tube up your colon, you could end up with constipation, IBS or irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, diverticulitis, ulcerative colitis, or Crohn's disease. All diseases involving the colon as a result of a colon exam. Need I say any more to you? So what's a man or woman to do about a colonoscopy screening? Don't do it. That's all I have to say. Don't do it. Now, if you want to know what to do versus a colonoscopy screening, if I can get at least 10 people to ask me what to do to avoid having a colonoscopy screening, I'll give you the answer in the next video, and I'll just make this part 1. I'm looking forward to your response. It's Brother Teacher. Yahweh loves you, and of course, I love you. So long.